You've probably done all 6 of these today, and not one of them felt wrong in the moment. That's what makes this hard. Most cat owners go their entire lives assuming their habits are harmless, because their cat never complains, never explains, never tells them what's actually happening on the inside. But here's the question almost no one stops to ask. What is your cat experiencing in the moments you think are completely normal? By the end of this, you're going to reach the last one and realize the thing you do every day out of pure love might be the one doing the most damage. The first one. You catch your cat knocking something off the counter, and before a single thought forms, your voice goes up. It happens fast, it feels automatic, and almost every cat owner has done it at least once. But here's what's actually unfolding inside your cat's brain in that exact moment. Cats do not process cause and effect the way we do. A 2021 study from the Journal of Veterinary Behavior found that cats who were regularly yelled at showed significantly higher levels of chronic stress and were far more likely to develop hiding, aggression, and litter box avoidance. They are not thinking, "I shouldn't have done that." They are thinking, "This person is unpredictable. This person is not safe." And that thought doesn't dissolve after the moment passes. It accumulates. Every raised voice is another quiet crack in what your cat believes about you. Think about it this way. If every time you walked into a room, someone screamed at you without warning, how long before you stopped wanting to be there? That is exactly where your cat lives. And if that one lands hard, wait until the last one on this list, because that one is the one almost every owner does out of love. The second thing most people never think about. When was the last time your cat actually chased something? Not watched a fly from across the room, actually stalked, pounced, caught. Most indoor cats go days, sometimes weeks, without completing that sequence even once. And they look fine on the outside, so we assume they are fine on the inside. They are not. Cats are hardwired predators. Their entire nervous system is built around a single loop: stalk, chase, pounce, catch, kill, eat. When that loop never closes, something starts to quietly collapse. Research published in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery found that cats without regular play stimulation showed increased rates of obesity, aggression, over-grooming, and depression-like symptoms. That cat who sleeps in the same spot all day and never causes trouble? There is a real chance they have simply stopped trying. Not lazy, mentally starving. And the distance between those two things matters more than most owners realize. 10 to 15 minutes a day with a single toy that mimics real prey movement. That is all it takes. You will meet a version of your cat you did not know existed. And once you do, the next one is going to reframe something you have been doing at every single meal. What if the food you have been giving your cat every day is slowly pulling the life out of them, and you cannot see it happening? Cats are desert animals. Their ancestors evolved to pull almost all of their water directly from the prey they ate. That means your cat's instinct to drink water on their own is genuinely, biologically low. They were never built for it. So when their entire diet is dry kibble, which contains roughly 10% moisture, they are living in a state of chronic, invisible dehydration. Not dramatic, not obvious, just quiet, daily pressure building on organs that cannot recover what they keep losing. A study from the Journal of the American Veterinary Medical Association found that cats on dry-only diets had significantly lower total water intake than cats eating wet food, even when fresh water sat right beside their bowl. Over time, that slow dehydration becomes kidney disease, the #1 cause of death in older cats. Your cat is not dying dramatically. They are just quietly running out of what they needed all along. You do not have to throw out the kibble. Even adding wet food a few times a week changes everything. One small shift, and you are giving the animal who trusts you completely a chance they did not have yesterday. Now this one. You are petting your cat. Everything feels easy and calm, and then, without any warning, a bite. And you are sitting there genuinely confused, running through what you could have possibly done wrong. You probably touched the wrong place. Most owners pet their cats the way they would pet a dog. Long strokes down the back, belly rubs, reaching toward the tail. And with dogs, that reads as affection. But cats are wired entirely differently. Their skin is loaded with nerve endings that can flip from pleasure to overwhelmed in a matter of seconds. It is called petting-induced overstimulation, and it is one of the most misunderstood things in the entire cat-owner relationship. Research from the University of Lincoln found that cats showed the lowest stress responses when touched around the cheeks, the base of the ears, and under the chin. But when owners focused on the belly or the base of the tail, stress hormones spiked almost immediately. So that belly your cat shows you, it is not an invitation. It is one of the most vulnerable things they know how to offer. And when you reach for it, you are stepping past a boundary they had no words to explain. That is not a difficult cat. That is a cat who trusted you and got overwhelmed before they could say stop. Stick to the safe zones. Let them lean in. The moment the tail starts flicking or the ears go flat, stop immediately. That is them saying, I love you, but I have reached my limit. Respect that, and watch how much longer they choose to stay close. Because the next one is about a place in your home where that same trust and that same fear shows up every single day. Where is your cat's litter box right now? Behind the washing machine? Tucked in a basement corner? Shoved into a closet where the light barely reaches? From your perspective, that makes complete sense. Hidden, contained, out of the way. But from your cat's perspective, you just placed their most vulnerable moment in the most terrifying part of the house. Cats are simultaneously predators and prey. Every time they use the litter box, they are completely exposed, unable to watch their surroundings, unable to run, unable to defend themselves. A box wedged into a dark, tight corner with a single exit goes against every survival instinct their ancient brain carries. Research in applied animal behavior science found that litter box placement and accessibility rank among the top factors linked to elimination problems in cats. So, if your cat has been going outside the box, it may not be defiance. It may be fear. They are not being difficult. They are scared every single time they have to go. And there is one more thing most owners miss entirely. One box is not enough. Behaviorists recommend the N+1 rule. One box per cat plus one extra placed in different areas of your home. Give them options. Give them exits. Let them feel like the choice is theirs. Because a cat who feels safe in their own home is a completely different animal than one who doesn't. And nothing reveals how unsafe a cat can feel more than the last thing on this list. There is a myth so deeply embedded in how we talk about cats that most people have never once questioned it. The myth that your cat does not care when you leave, that they are independent, self-sufficient, quietly content doing absolutely nothing until you come back. It is one of the most damaging ideas in pet culture, and it is quietly hurting millions of cats every single day. A 2020 study, published in Current Biology, found that cats form genuine, measurable attachment bonds with their owners. Bonds structurally similar to the ones dogs form, and even to the ones human infants form with their caregivers. When cats were separated from their owners and then reunited, they showed clear, documented signs of either secure or insecure attachment based on the quality of that relationship. This is not sentiment. This is not projection. This is science. So when you leave for 10 or 12 hours and come home to a cat who seems completely fine, they may not be fine at all. Cats experiencing prolonged isolation can develop anxiety, depression, overgrooming, appetite changes, and litter box problems. They do not bark at the door. They do not destroy your things. They withdraw. They go quiet. And that silence fools us every time into thinking nothing is wrong. Leave enrichment out before you go. Rotate toys. Build a window perch so they have something to watch while the hours pass. And when you walk back through that door, do not just move past them. Sit down. Be still. Give them 5 minutes of real, undivided presence. Because to your cat, you are not simply a person who shares their space. You are the one thing in their entire world that makes the rest of it feel safe. And every single day, in ways they will never find the words for, they are waiting for the moment you come back.